First, we are going to marinate our chicken. I'm using about 450 grams of boneless breast, which I've cut up into pieces. Now we are going to move on to the marination. Here I have one whole lime juice, some red chili powder and some salt, and some ginger garlic paste. That is, I've used at least about 2 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste, which is about 5 to 6 big cloves of garlic and an inch of ginger. So now we're going to coat and marinate the chicken with some ginger garlic paste. Then we'll go in our red chili powder. Then we'll go in some salt to taste. The chili powder, I've used about 1 tablespoon of chili powder and the juice of 1 big lemon. Now we're going to give all of this a mix and then keep this aside for at least 15 to 20 minutes to marinate. Now we move on to making the paste for this sukka chicken. So in a pan, I have about 2 big tablespoons of oil heating up. The oil has to be nice and hot on a medium to low flame. To this, I'm going to add 5 medium-sized onions, chopped roughly. We require a lot of onions for this because we're going to fry these onions till they're nice and golden brown. And then we're going to cool down the mixture and make it a paste. This is the base of our sukka chicken. So we're going to fry this very well. So you either use 5 medium-sized onions or 3 large onions. This gives the real flavor to the dish. Now to this I'm going to add 1 inch of cinnamon, 10 peppercorns and 4 cloves of, or rather 4 cloves, which you call lavang. So we're going to add that and again continue frying till the color of the onions change to a very dark golden brown. So you can see that I've added the cinnamon, I've added peppercorns and I've added cloves. Now this dish, you can make it and it has a very long shelf life. You can keep it in your fridge, and you know, the more you keep it in your refrigerator and eat it after 2 or 3 days, it tastes much better because everything really comes together. This goes really well with some hot rice or roti. Okay, here now I have the spices. This is one is red chili powder, one is Kashmiri chili powder, this is cumin powder, this is coriander powder, and this is garam masala. This is about 1 tablespoon of each. So these are the main powder masalas that you have to keep ready. So now our onions are getting, you know, to the more darker brown color. We have to fry this really well. So this goes very well with some roti, naan, steamed rice. It's just amazing. So the frying basically takes the most part, the frying of the onions. So this requires a little bit of patience for the onions to get properly browned. and the aroma of the onions as they're getting golden brown and frying are amazing. You can also substitute oil with clarified butter or ghee. Even that gives an amazing aroma to the dish. In fact, in the second half, we are going to use clarified butter. Okay, now I'm adding 2 tomatoes, which I wash well and cut again roughly. Nothing has to be cut very fine because we are going to grind this into a paste. So the tomatoes, and we have to wait for the tomatoes to get nice and soft and for everything to get integrated together. So we're going to cover this and cook it for about 2 minutes only till everything is nice and cooked. And here everything has come together. We're going to switch off the gas flame and let this mixture cool and then grind it to a fine paste. Now here I am just frying the chicken which I have marinated in again half a tablespoon of oil, only half a tablespoon of oil. We're just going to lightly fry it till the chicken just turns a little bit white on the other side. So you can just fry this for about a minute or two till the color of the chicken changes to a more white color. And then we're going to keep this aside. And now we get back to our pot. Here I'm adding 1.5 tablespoon of clarified butter or ghee now. So once this is hot, we're going to add that paste, that is whatever onions and tomatoes and cinnamon and pepper and cloves that we had fried very well. You can take out the cinnamon stick, and now you just have to grind everything together. Now once this paste is done, you just have to fry this paste again well in this clarified butter or ghee. This has to be fried for about 2 minutes till the nice masala paste and the ghee gets well incorporated and you get amazing aromas in your kitchen. I'm sure everyone is going to come around and ask you, what are you making? It's really smelling amazing. So now once this starts getting fried well, it does change color to a darker brown. Now we're going to add all those powder masalas that I just showed you, that is cumin powder and coriander powder or dhania powder, garam masala, chili powder, red chili powder. So all of these powders go in together. And the Kashmiri chili powder also gives the dish an amazing color. Now if you're not using chicken, you can always use paneer to substitute the chicken with, or even potatoes if you're not a big paneer fan, or tofu. You can get really creative. This is the base, so whatever protein or whatever vegetable you want to add to replace the chicken, you can do so now. Now we're going to add some water because we have to put the chicken in and the chicken has to get cooked in this spice. So we have to add the spice mix or spice paste. So we are going to add some water because it is a semi gravy. We're not going to make a very watery curry or gravy, but it has to have some base because the chicken has to cook in it. So a little more water goes in. So altogether I think I've added about 3/4 cup of water. This is just half a teaspoon of ginger garlic paste again. That is optional. You don't need to add the ginger garlic paste at this point. We really love the flavor of ginger and garlic. So here I'm adding the remaining water. So altogether I've used just about 3/4 of a cup. Isn't the color of this paste or gravy really amazing? And now all we need to do is add our fried chicken to this and cover it and cook it for about another 10 to 12 minutes on a very slow flame till the chicken is nice and soft and cooked. So here I'm going to add the chicken straight from the pan with all the lovely juices. Now we have already added salt to the marinade. So now when you're adding salt, just go a little light on the salt. First taste the gravy and then add the salt. And we are also going to add a little bit of lemon juice, say about 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. That too is optional. It gives you a nice sour taste to the chicken, a little bit sour. So it's like a spicy, sour, sweet kind of taste. So mix in the salt well. That's the lemon juice going in, about half a teaspoon. That too is optional. We like a little bit of the tangy flavor. So we're going to cover this and, like I said, cook it for another 10 to 12 minutes. And after 10 to 12 minutes, our sukka chicken is all.
Well friends, don't forget to give this video a big like. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button you see below this video. Do ring the bell icon so every time I upload a new video, you'll be the first one to know. Please share my recipes with family and friends. Do visit my channel for more than 215 videos. And thanks so much for watching. See you in another video. Take care.